The air in Moscow was unseasonably warm for August. Most of the city's citizens were out and about doing their daily errands, enjoying the warmth before the inevitable cold snap that would start late October and drive the city well below freezing until the thaws of spring the next year. Here, in the heart of the Soviet Union, the deep winter that many outsiders considered characteristic of Russia in particular had not yet come to grip the city. Minister Andrei Gradenko marveled at the bustling streets as he was chauffeured from his nearby residence and into Red Square in the heart of the city. In the not-so-distant past, Moscow streets had been devoid of most vehicle traffic, save for heavy trucks making deliveries and street trams carrying commuters and shoppers. Since the economic reforms under Andropov, vehicle ownership had risen dramatically, approaching Western levels. To see the city come alive like this reminded Gradenko of the bustle of many urban centers in the West, the opulence and glitter of Paris, the metropolitan charm and press of London, the architectural marvels of New York City. Even without these things, Moscow held charm all its own. The city had a quiet dignity to it, one that refused the decadent trappings of the West, and instead commanded respect not through commercial glitz, but because of the vastness of its history and the untold misery it had endured and survived. Moscow had been burned to cinders and ash in 1812 to deny refuge to Napoleon, and it had been fortified at all costs against Hitler through the blood and sweat of its civilian population. Gradenko had no doubts it would be defended to the last, should the time ever come. The Soviet Union had faced its share of hardships, but had managed to successfully evade the stagnation and degradation of its off-and-on communist rival, the People's Republic of China. Gradenko found it easy to imagine what might have happened should the Soviet Union have continued on its old course of stalwart bureaucracy and unwillingness to adapt. It had been practically written on the walls in 1968, when the Soviet Union swatted down its bloc state of Czechoslovakia. If a deranged assassin's bullet hadn't claimed General Secretary Brezhnev just a year later, then perhaps it would be the Soviets looking out from beneath a dilapidated economy, with their people clamoring desperately for denim jeans, rock and roll, and washing machines, a position the Chinese now found themselves in.